competitors. September's a great time to look for information in the UK, the Scottish referendum mentioned up there. But in addition to that, there was this great story that caught my eye. It's a JAMA internal medicine story. Watching action films makes you fat, essentially is what that story is saying. And they provided a picture of somebody surrounded by food. Now, if you look at that title and you look at that picture, you have essentially got most of the message of that article. You don't really need to go too much further. You can, if you're interested, dig deeper, but you've got an awful lot of the message of that article in the heading, the title, and the picture. Now, if we compare the plain language summary on the right and the article from the BBC, what the article on BBC is doing is conclusion. Here's the message, here's the big deal. And then starts to talk a little bit more about the details of the study. The plain language summary, this is why it's important, this is what we did, here are some results. The order is quite different. Let's look what JAMA Internal Medicine did on their Twitter account. Twitter is great because it forces you to be very, very focused. What did they say in their tweet? Watching action films likely to make you eat more, make you fat. They put their conclusion in that tweet and they provided a picture with the results. That's what they focused on. There's a link to the article. You can get more if you want it, but they focused on the conclusion with a picture. Here's another plain language summary. Gives a lot of results. There's a lot of depth to that, a lot of numerical information. It's quite hard to get the message from that section. And in that one, there isn't actually a conclusion in the plain language summary, but there is in the abstract. And the conclusion is quite good, but it's not in the plain language summary. That's strange, I think. That key message, the overall message, is not in the plain language summary. That's what the newspaper guys are doing. That's what the tweets force you to do. Here's the Cochrane UK Centre. There are people in that photograph in this room. What do they do in their Twitter account? Look at the first one. Treatment A, pretty much the same as treatment B. It's the conclusion, is what they have put in that tweet with a link to the review for those who want more detail. But the focus is the conclusion. It's interesting. Twitter is good for that. Maybe what we should be thinking about is a format that is more like a press release. Give the key message. Order the information so that the most important information, the conclusion, is first, not our traditional way of ordering information. So that if you get bored, you've still got the message. That's what the press release's format is. Give the most important piece first so that if somebody doesn't get to the end of the article, well, they've still got the main message. Now, the DECIDE project was big, is big, on layering. And plain language summaries, I think, look like this right now. We give the background, we talk about the method, we give some results, and then we move on to some other things. I would suggest we could think about this. Give the conclusions first. Say something about why it's important. Give the results clearly, and then move on. But the conclusion should be the thing you hit people with first, I think. And that will be a bit more like how other media outlets do it. Makes it easier for those who write for the public to take the message and put it into their articles. The results are key. That's where we have something different to others. We have a very rigorous process for generating those results. Use consistent structured text. Toby mentioned this. Be consistent in the use of language. Use numbers, but present them well. Summary of findings tables. Why are we all text in a plain language summary? Why don't we have something else in there? We use summary of findings tables. There's empirical evidence that those tabulated pieces of information are helpful to understanding, certainly helpful to professional communicators of information. Say something about harms, that's a bit tricky, but we know from talking to patients they want to know about harms. At a workshop yesterday, there was a great idea. And this is from Yanni Rutasalainen, who gave me permission to completely mangle his name, which I have just done. But his idea was, why don't we have an infographic in the plain language summary? Why stick to text? Put an infographic in there. Images. Remember how much information we got from that BBC news item because of the image. We got a lot of the message from 10 words and an image. Why don't we use images? A few quick examples. One of the titles for one of those plain language summaries was just surgery for obesity. Easy to understand, but actually when you start to think about it, it's not so clear what is in there. Maybe we can think about our titles. Some of these titles, I think, stray into territory that Cochrane feels uncomfortable with. Fair enough. Just throwing them out there. But the titles could give more information about what is within the review. Could be a little bit more helpful. Some of the plain language summaries have no conclusion. Give a conclusion. That's the main message. It's easy for people to grasp what you're talking about. Give the conclusion. Use terms or concepts that people are familiar with. People need to know it's relevant to them. How do you know that this is for me? So this particular conclusion talked about BMI, body mass index. I know from what we have done in Scotland with the public, people sort of know what BMI is, but they don't know how to calculate it. So if you're going to give a number, and that number is linked to BMI, it's not linked to the thing that they know about, which is weight. So you need to make sure that whatever it is you present is easy for people to grasp and put into their own context and say, yes, this is for me. And think about images. This came through really nicely in the workshop yesterday with social media. It's interesting that we only have text in the plain language summary where visual messages carry an awful lot of information. We have lots of material from Decide and other projects within Cochrane. This is an interactive summary of findings table, or part of an interactive summary of findings table. We can do a lot. Maybe we should start thinking about it. All right, last slide. So, conclusions. Think carefully about your audience. We're talking about making stuff available to the public, but there are some key people we should be targeting in addition to thinking that the public will just find Cochrane reviews. And I would say professional communicators of health information are our friends. They are the people we really want to be helping. Make it easy for them to use Cochrane reviews in their work. They want to use Cochrane reviews. They want their articles to be high quality, based on the best research evidence available. We can also, through our improved reviews, our presentation, if you like, we can also make them more relevant to the questions that people like guideline producers are interested in. If we make the reviews more relevant, they find their ways into the guidelines. That influences practice, which means they're having an effect on the health of the public. It's helping the public. It's being useful to the public. I think within the review itself, the plain language summary is the key thing to focus on within the review itself. And again, I'm going to bang on again, professional health communicators. And the last point was something that came up at the fundraiser yesterday, and I was talking to Bobby Ramakant, who's a journalist who's here. He was saying it would be nice too if it was possible to talk to reviewers often. We've had some workshops where we were thinking about researchers and journalists, and often researchers think that journalists are going to mess up what they say. They're very hesitant about talking to people at the media. Don't. Talk to the media. Most of the media really are not trying to trip you up. They want their article, their piece to be as good as it can be. And if we are unwilling to engage with them, well, then we have no reason to complain if we feel that their article is not as good as it should be. It's not correct. That's our fault as much as it is theirs. And on that note, I'll finish. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sean. And I'd like to thank all of our presenters today for their thought-provoking and engaging presentations to us. I'd like to open it up now for an open discussion. We would welcome any questions from members of the audience. If you would be so kind as to introduce yourself and let us know whether the question is for a particular member of the panel or an open question. Thank you. Bernd.
Hello, Bernd Richter from the Metabolic and Endocrine Disorders Group. I have a question for Toby. First of all, fantastic work you and your group is doing. Congratulations, and I think everybody is really getting insight from your work. However, a systematic review, as we all know, is a very complicated process, and to err is human, of course. So, as you know, in the process, it's easily happening that we get lost in transformation because we extract data, and after a couple of months or so, we tend to lose track. So I wonder whether with all the new developments we made so far, author tools, new Refman program, etc., whether it would be more important, and that could relieve some part of your work as well, to really introduce a very intelligent software which is checking part of the process, so that people, and I think we left authors alone with this, that people really have the ability to start thinking again, instead of, trying to detect subtle errors which might have an impact, but which actually should have been detected by a good software.
I couldn't agree with you more, Ben. I think the last few years, I think the organisation's become increasingly engaged with developers of lots of different tools. And I know, having spoken to Chris Mavagames a lot about this, this is something that is very much on the agenda for the IKMD team. And when the bid was put together for when the request for proposals was being developed for the author support tool, we were very much aware that the potential really in having something which was more automated would actually reduce the burden on what I think is a big problem, which is process recall. So currently when we have reviews, people, and one of the issues, I think there's one of these to sort of drift from the protocol to kind of a more sort of data-driven, data-led, study-heavy, detail-heavy reports, is that that's the easiest thing for authors to actually describe. And I think some of the things about process, if that could be, as you say, automated, that would definitely make it a more streamlined process, and that kind of the proximity to the review question would be something that would just be sort of quite natural. So I completely agree with you.
Ian Channell, Cochrane author. Toby, thanks for a quite brilliant presentation. I think that the insights that have been generated from that project should probably be repackaged as a podcast and be sent to every single Cochrane author, and maybe we could even make it mandatory, to use that phrase from Messier, that everybody listens to it. My question is about drift, and well, so my thesis would be that in large, complex reviews, or really, I guess in complex reviews that are addressing broader questions, I wonder if drift is explained to a large extent by the difficulty in fully pre-specifying the PICO and in fully pre-specifying a logic model which might include many different pathways that might relate to each other in many different ways and incorporate all the things that sort of characterize complexity. And if that's the case, I wonder what your thoughts are on the idea that some level of carefully documented, explicit, pre-specified iteration might help to guard against drift and also result in more useful reviews for policymakers and practitioners.
I think one of the most important lessons which I've sort of got from Doug Altman, actually, a number of meetings where I've heard him speak and sort of been talking to him more generally, is how much work you save when you front load the effort in terms of thought. And I think that it's I mean, something that's come up again and again, it's a recurrent theme, maybe even Barney's going to ask me about it, I don't know, is about this issue about protocols. Are we going to do anything about protocols? And to kind of quote anonymously from someone in the methods board meeting, I'm kind of at the resuscitation end, and maybe it would be helpful to have better work going on at the prevention program at the beginning. With particular regard to the complex question issue, I think many of the reviews that we've screened have largely been very clinical. And I think that although that would